Welcome to MarcusG.tv. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission is organic foods. Jamie, you've seen that organic foods has grown drastically in the last 10, 15 years, right?
Yeah.
There is no relief on the growth of organic food. That the big companies are so much involved that they are just like pushing and pushing and pushing. They know that this is far more than a trend. They know that this is a very substantial part of their business. So here's an interesting article about General Mills. General Mills, the giant, okay?
I just heard, is this about cottage cheese?
No, it's not.
Ah, they're going to be launching an organic cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese, yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, here's the bottom. General Mills owns Muir Glen.
Okay.
They own Muir Glen. They own some other brands. They own a lot of brands, actually. But Muir Glen is like they're like baby, or they're like prized possession in the organic field there. Muir Glen doing all the organic tomatoes from California, and of course they didn't create Muir Glen. They simply bought Muir Glen, and that's what these huge companies are known for. Not for going in and starting them from the ground up, but from going in and buying a brand that is successful. So this is all over the news. I've seen this all over the news about General Mills to double organic acreage sourcing. General Mills recently announced that it will double the organic acreage from where all of its ingredients are sourced amid rising demand for natural and organic food. The company now expects to meet its target of 250,000 acres by 2019. The increased acreage is in the line with General Mills' goals to grow net sales from the natural and organic product lines as consumer food preferences evolve. Management is trying to turn around its struggling U.S. retail business through increased investments in cereal to foster growth, accelerate the performance of better-for-you snacking, yogurt, and snacks, snack business, and drive double-digit growth in their natural and organic portfolio. Double-digit growth. Yeah. So this is a good and bad thing. The good thing is that organic has really gotten mainstream recognition, and that this is not some small cult of people and companies trying to do this. The bad thing is, of course, the other side, and the good thing is now it's available to a lot more people. The bad thing is that standards are twisted and manipulated once these big companies get involved. Years ago, I think it was 2001, Jamie, I was invited, 2000, I was nominated for the organic boards here in the U.S., and I didn't really have a shot of getting on it, but I had some farmers out in Colorado, some people in the organic industry in Colorado that wanted to see me on that board. The people on the board are from big companies. They're from the General Mills. They're from Stonyfield. They're from these huge companies, because what happens is that they need to be able to twist and bend the rules to make organic work on a large scale. Because let's face it, true organic, the organic that you get when you go to the farmer's market, is totally different than the organic you get from a General Mills. Two totally different types of organic. So what happens is, to make organic chickens in bulk, you have to spray chlorine. That's just part of it. Else you would never have organic chickens. To have a really large supply of organic carrots, you need to monocrop those carrots. Well, in a small organic farm, there's no such thing as monocropping. They believe in the diversity of the crops to be able to work off of each other and build the soil. So in the big brand organic, in the huge farms they're monocropping one product organically. So of course they can't replenish the soil as a small farmer would. So they have to have now approved organic fertilizers. The small guy would be making his own compost, using maybe some manure from different animals on the farm, recycling, reusing, things like that, crop rotating. So the big farm doesn't have that option. The big farm doesn't even have any animals, doesn't even have any other crops besides that one crop that they're growing. So the organic standards know this, that organic would not exist if it was so strict. So the rules have to be bent, twisted, and be a lot more lenient for the big guys to play the game. And this is why the big guys can play the game at a cheaper price than the small guy, because the big guy is growing thousands of acres of carrots, and he doesn't have to worry about having anything else to do except buy a prepackaged so-called organic fertilizer or whatever and go with that and just process one thing. The small, and he doesn't even go to market with the big guy. The big farms don't even go to market with their products. They just sell it to a packer. So they're going to sell it off to General Mills now. General Mills is going to take care of the rest. The small organic farmer that you find at the farmer's market is doing everything. He's growing, he's harvesting, he's driving, he's delivering, he's at the markets. All that takes a lot of time and money on the small guy's part. Now, the interesting thing is, in Russia, and I don't know the exact quote, I heard this last year, the exact standards, but I think like over 75 or 85% of the population of Russia, their food is sourced from small farms of 2 acres or less. Even if it was 30% or 40%, that's still a large number, but it's upwards of 3/4 or more percent of the population in Russia is sourcing their food from small acreage farms, 2 acres or less. That is an amazing number. So for people to say, oh, organic can't be done on a large scale, that is nonsense, because it's being done in certain places on a large scale. Cuba never had the luxury, the so-called luxury, of chemicals and fertilizers. So from day one, they had to grow organic and learn organic and perfect organic. So their organic produce is actually in high demand in certain parts of the globe. But of course, here in America, we've banned all Cuban products. But there's countries that are organic Cuban produce is it. And that's like the gold stamp of growing organic, because that's just what they do. And of course, in America, what we do is we grow a lot of stuff on a mass scale. We get lots of subsidies from the government. Taxpayers fork that up. And we sell a lot of chemicals to these farmers, a lot of fertilizers, and a lot of GMOs. That's just what we do in a general statement, okay? So each country's different, and we haven't put the resources and energy to committing to a mostly sustainable agriculture system here, and that's the problem. These other countries have, and that's why they're so successful. So I'm not saying don't go buy organic from a big brand. I'm not saying don't support General Mills Organic or these big brands, Cascadian Farms. But what I am saying is try to support the smaller guy as much as possible. And every time you buy an organic product, you're at least providing the resources for some farm somewhere to spray less harmful chemicals, to plant less GMO crops, to plant no GMO crops. So whether it's on a big scale or a small scale, your dollar does make a difference, and that's super, super, super important. I can't stress that enough. Your dollar spent on organic food allows the organic to keep going. It allows a farm to maybe clean up what it's done in the past. It provides a future for other farmers. It just provides a cleaner environment altogether. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please hit like, subscribe to my channel, and definitely pass it on.